BJP pulls out of Bypolls in Andheri East. Andheri East Bypolls was to be trial by fire for the Uddhav Sena faction. After the death of Sena MLA Rakesh Latke, it was to be a contest between the BJP, the Eknath faction and the Uddhav Sena. The deceased MLA, Latke's widow, Rutuja Latke, was the Uddhav Sena candidate, while Murji Patel of the BJP and not the Eknath Shinde faction had filed nomination. The BJP now all set to withdraw nomination and Uddhav Sena to get a walkover. This after Sharad Pawar from the NCP and Raj Thackeray from the MNS sought unopposed election of Rutuja Latke from the seat to show reverence to her husband. The BJP says bowing out of respect to Latke's widow. Sena riding high on the sympathy factor, mocking the BJP for shying away from a contest, calling it Bharatiya Janata Party.
जब हमने फॉर्म भरा, ये महाराष्ट्र की आज तक की इतिहास में सभी पार्टी फॉर्म भरती है। हमारे खिलाफ जब हमारा उम्मीदवार था तो दूसरे पार्टी ने विड्रॉ किया, उन्होंने भी फॉर्म भरे। फॉर्म भरना ही पड़ता है, हमारी शक्ति वहां पे है, शक्ति है करके हमने फॉर्म भरा है। 51% की लड़ाई हम लड़ना चाहते हैं, वो फॉर्म भरा है। लेकिन जब ऐसा विषय आता है, सेंसिटिव विषय आता है, जब हृदय और मन ये लगता है कि नहीं करना चाहिए कोई चीज को, तो निश्चित रूप से ऐसे निर्णय होते हैं।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी का दबाव था कि रुतुजा लटके किसी प्रकार से यह चुनाव न लड़े, क्योंकि वो एक मजबूत उम्मीदवार है। लेकिन जब उन्होंने देखा कि उनकी उम्मीदवारी अब फिक्स हो गई है, श्री उद्धव बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की पार्टी शिव सेना से वो लड़ रही हैं, तब उन्होंने देखा कि हमारे मुरजी पटेल भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जो उम्मीदवार हैं वो चुनाव शायद न जीत पाए, उनकी जो उम्मीदवारी है वो खतरे में लटक रही है। तो आनंद फानंद में उन्होंने फैसला लिया कि हमें इस चुनाव से बाहर भाग जाना चाहिए।
Poll surveys meanwhile had predicted an Uddhav Sena sweep in the Andheri Bypolls. Add to it the big blow for the BJP and the Shinde Sena faction as Congress swept the Panchayat Samiti polls in Nagpur. The Congress won 9 out of 13 posts of chairperson and 8 of 13 posts of deputy chairperson in the district. The NCP secured 3 posts of chairperson, while the Eknath Sena faction managed to win only 1 such post. The BJP could not win even a single post of chairperson and managed to secure only 3 seats of deputy chairperson in this election. When it comes to the bypolls of Andheri East, while the BJP is clear, the withdrawal from what was to be a grudge match between the Uddhav Sena and the BJP plus Shinde faction was due to sympathy for the late MLA's widow. The big question is, with the BMC face-off looming, was this a respectful walkover or strategic withdrawal before BMC polls? And that's the question that we are going to discuss this evening on To The Point. Joining me in a short while will be Shaina NC, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, Charan Singh Sapra, spokesperson Congress, Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor, joins us in the studio with a big namaskar, and Sahil Joshi, managing editor, Aaj Tak Mumbai Bureau and Mumbai Tak. Sahil, do you want to also begin with a namaskar, and would you also like to break it down for us before I go across to Rajdeep Sardesai and Charan Singh Sapra? What went down? Is it that the BJP got cold feet at the nth minute because this was supposed to be a grudge match of sorts before the BMC elections, a complete walkover to Uddhav Sena?
Well, I can be very sure about one thing, that this the BJP pulled out of this election not because they had some kind of a sympathy for Ramesh Latke, the late Ramesh Latke, who was a MLA from Andheri East, where the bypoll was happening, and his wife is now going to contest, because there have been 3 by-elections in Maharashtra in past 1 year, where the MLA have passed away, his relative was contesting, and still the BJP contested those elections. One of the elections they won also from Pandharpur. The latest election in Kolhapur, the widow of the Congress MLA was contesting, but again the BJP did not pull out of that contest as well. This election was happening is going to happen because it's not going to be uncontested. There are some more independent candidates. So election is definitely going to happen. But of course, Rutuja Latke, for her, it's now going to be a cakewalk because there is no formidable candidate against her at this point of time. But more importantly, why BJP pulled out? What I can see is that this is strategic retreat because they have understood that the sympathy, sympathy is going to be with Rutuja Latke, and specifically with, if Rutuja Latke would have won the election, it would have been taken up by the Uddhav Thackeray camp as that how people have voted against what Eknath Shinde and his group did just 2 months back. Nearing BMC elections, most importantly, the Shinde group could not dent Uddhav Thackeray group in Mumbai much because most of their MLAs have come from the areas from Marathwada or Konkan or northern Maharashtra. But in Mumbai, Uddhav Thackeray has managed to keep his flock together. So they could not manage to get that dent in Mumbai. This is the election Uddhav Thackeray would have used for his benefit, that how the sympathy is with him, the sympathy of the Shiv Sena, the sympathy of the cadre is with him. The BJP understood it, even though late, because if they had this in mind, they wouldn't have filed this nomination. And not only filed this nomination, they had a huge rally. Murji Patel, accompanied by the Mumbai BJP President Ashish Shelar and the Education Minister of Maharashtra from Shinde camp, Deepak Kesarkar, accompanying him. Nitesh Rane was there, and there was a huge rally in support of Murji Patel, and BJP claimed that they are going to win this election by 25,000 votes. So the reason which they are trying to put forward, that because it's a culture of Maharashtra that a widow of the former MLA is contesting election, and that's why they decided to pull out. I think Raj Thackeray gave them a way out, and they used it very quickly, and now they have pulled out of the election.
Sahil, stay with me. Rajdeep, what do you make of it? Cold feet at the last minute, seeing that possibly the sympathy lies with the Shiv Sena, or do you think, with what has been said, very vocally, that this is in keeping with what has been the political tradition in Maharashtra, that if there is a sitting MLA who passes away, the seat should go to the family?
Look, let's be very clear. You can use whatever word you want, cold feet, strategic retreat. The fact is, the BJP realized that they could not afford to lose Andheri East by a big margin heading into the BMC elections that are likely 2 or 3 months down the line, because the Uddhav Thackeray camp would then claim victory and try and take that momentum into the BMC elections, although those elections are still 3 months away. The question is, the BJP normally is a party that is very well coordinated, that plans these things very well. 2 days ago, as Sahil was pointing out, they held a rally as part of the nomination of Mr. Patel, where many senior BJP leaders, including the Mumbai BJP chief, were present. What changes in 48 hours? Are we saying that Raj Thackeray's letter is enough for the BJP to change his mind, that Raj Thackeray is the new remote control of the BJP? Surely not. Are we saying Sharad Pawar, who interestingly also then writes to suggest that back off because Maharashtra has a tradition of not fighting against widows? Let's be clear, there have been elections in the past where political parties in Maharashtra have fought against those who have been widows, those who have lost out. So it's not as if this is some tradition. It was used to try and find an escape route, because I think the BJP realized that they were biting more than they can chew by taking on the Shiv Sena. Look at the interesting way. A week ago, the Shinde Sena use this bypoll to expedite the entire process of getting a new name and a symbol from the Election Commission. They decide not to fight. Then you've got the BJP backing off. Look, all of this also, remember, November 3rd would be the elections in Maharashtra. The results would have come out 3 days later, and Himachal goes to the polls on the 12th. The headlines on the 6th, at least in the Mumbai papers and in a few national papers, would have been BJP defeated by the Uddhav Sena. So Raj Thackeray, the moment Raj Thackeray put out the letter, everyone in Mumbai knew Raj Thackeray is batting today for the BJP. He gave the BJP an escape route by putting out this letter and harking back to tradition. Fact is, the BJP miscalculated on this one. In Andheri East, Mrs. Latke was bound to win because of the sympathy factor, not just for the Uddhav Sena, but more importantly for her husband, who is an influential leader in the area.
I'd like to bring in China, NC and our Congress spokesperson, but Rajdeep, I'll ask you one quick question again. Would you think Uddhav Thackeray would also rue the fact that the BJP has decided to back out? He needed this win.
Well, he can still claim victory. Obviously, it would have been he would have been better off if there was an election and he had won big in the election. And remember, 3 months later, the BMC elections will be in a completely different plane. There'll be a lot of resources. The issues may well be different. Public memory is short. 7 months will have elapsed since the fall of his government. Issues will be very different. But for now, I think Uddhav Thackeray, who has in a way taken a little bit of a hammering both in the court and the fact that he lost his government, on this occasion, today, can well claim the moral high ground. That he and his party have been saying for the last few days that we are going to win Andheri bypoll. Now they can claim that the BJP decided to back out to save themselves from any further embarrassment of losing this poll.
Shaina NC, 2 days ago, the likes of Mr. Rane, the likes of Mr. Ashish Sheller were all in attendance with this mega rally projecting your candidate for Andheri East. What changes in 2 days? Raj Thakray's letter giving you that escape route to bail out?
Well, you're entitled to your analysis, Preeti, but I just want to make the following points known. Murji Patel is not some ordinary candidate. He had fought from the constituency as well, and his popularity is also known to one and all. Now, when it comes to an MLA unfortunately passing away and the widow of the MLA choosing to fight elections, I think we have to view this more sensitively and from the heart. Mrs. Latke obviously has had her own share of grief, and this is not as if you are attributing this letter of Raj Thackeray as an exit route, because Mr. Sharad Pawar had also written the same. And when we saw the demise of be it stalwarts like Gopinath Munde or even other leaders like Pandurang Phuntkar, there has always been a precedent in Maharashtra where you have had a respectful kind of a strategic viewpoint.
Then what changed, Ms. NC, from 2 days ago when there was a show of strength in support of your Andheri East candidate to now? You knew you knew it was Mrs. Latke who was contesting from the Uddhav Sena faction. You knew that 2 days ago, yet you chose to do a rally with a massive show of strength with your candidate.
Preeti, clearly there can be a change of heart. And when I say change of heart, ours is a very large party. So for a decision to be taken by the centre, it takes a certain sense of time. We have a parliamentary board, we have democratic processes, and there are lots of leaders to consult too. When the state government did communicate, I'm sure that the central leadership, thinking sensitively of the people and especially for the widow and her family, have decided this. And we as a disciplined cadre can have a change of opinion when it comes to the kind of, cases of leaders losing life and the circumstances under which they've lost life. Please, if you believe this is some great victory for Uddhav Sena, I would suggest just wait and watch. The BMC elections round the corner will give a befitting answer to all those people who are trying to shut us up and believe.
Ms. NC, my colleague Sahil wants to come in, and also Charan Singh Chapra would say that opinion is changing on the ground based on what happened in Nagpur, where at least where panchayat elections are concerned, the Congress has swept it. But go ahead, Sahil, and I'll go across to Mr. Chapra. Sir, 2 minutes of patience. Sahil, you wanted to come in quickly.
No, I really want to understand from Shaina, because there have been 3 by-elections in Maharashtra in past 1 year. All the 3 elections happened because the sitting MLA passed away. There the election happened. The BJP contested all these 3 elections. One of the elections BJP has won also by defeating son of the deceased MLA. The latest by-election in Kolhapur, where the similar situation like that of Andheri East, where the widow of the MLA was contesting election, but still the BJP chose to contest election there. What changed their heart in Andheri East? Because the political situation at that particular time was completely different. That time the MVA government was in place. Now that the BJP Shinde government is in place, they have to think about the sympathy, and that is one of the reasons why this particular thing has happened. Just understand the chronology. You know, that is one of the favorite word in the political circles in Maharashtra.
Sahil is saying chronology समझिए इधर, chronology समझिए, ये selective sympathy है, selective reverence है.
Preeti, please let's not forget that today we are in an alliance with the Shinde Sena, and obviously there are associations there too. We lead by example, by consensus, and in disciplinary way with what our central leadership as well as the state leadership thinks. If they have a rethink and they feel that this relationship was something that needs to be viewed more sympathetically, I don't think you can hold this against us in any which way. The answer for all these loudmouths who are suggesting, oh, victory and defeat will be determined after the BMC elections. And just wait and watch. And
but
then
Charan Singh Sapra, Ms. NC will say, you know, when it comes to polls, the Congress has given you a befitting reply with what has gone down in Nagpur. Charan Singh Sapra. Go ahead, sir. Sir, your audio is not clear. You're on mute, sir. You're on mute. Unmute yourself.
From the phone.
Go ahead, sir. We can hear you now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. Yeah. I only wanted to ask the BJP spokesperson why the strategic withdrawal from the grudge match. This is the biggest question which she needs to answer. And if she's talking about the president and parliamentary board and all, then why this president and parliamentary board? Why they did not take this president into consideration before filing the nomination? What was the parliamentary board or the senior leaders of BJP doing before? And they find a escape route through Raj Thackeray. Raj Thackeray, as everybody knows, that he's a cheerleader of BJP since last 1.5 years. Of course, this was an afterthought when they also realized that there is a tremendous undercurrent among the voters. There is a lot of sympathy with the Shiv Sena, the way Eknath Shinde has treated Uddhav Sena, the way the central government has tried to help Eknath Shinde and the ED government in Maharashtra, and also the way this candidate Latke, she had to go to the High Court to take permission for her resignation acceptance. So these are the sympathetic factors, which has given tremendous sympathy among the masses in Mumbai and in that constituency especially. This BJP realized, or Raj Thackeray made them realize that they are going to lose badly. This was a face saver. This was a face saver for the BJP, which they have taken a strategic withdrawal. BJP leaders are admitting this secretly कि हम तो हार जाते थे, हमने अपनी इज्जत बचा ली है. This is what the BJP leaders in Mumbai are talking today. So this is a strategic withdrawal and
strategic retreat. Rajdeep, Sardesai, do you see some churning with the Nagpur results, with what is going down, or do you think?
Look, every election, Preeti, is different to the other. The BJP suffered a setback yesterday in Nagpur in those Panchayat Samiti elections. Remember, this is the guard of both Devendra Fadnavis and indeed Nitin Gadkari. So, similarly, in Mumbai, post those Dashera rallies, if you read all the commentary across the Marathi newspapers, the general belief was Uddhav Thackeray scored a point over the Eknath Shinde camp. Now you have this embarrassment which the Eknath Shinde camp and the BJP have suffered by withdrawing their candidate at the last moment. But none of this, I think, will matter eventually when those BMC elections come. As and when they come, and indeed across corporation elections, the fight will be bitter and to the end. So this is only, this is yes, a face saver, but also a strategic retreat in the belief that the BJP has to fight a big battle. But what the China NCs of the world have to answer. I have been looking, when is the last time that the BJP withdrew a candidate 48 hours after his nomination was filed in such a grand manner? To my mind, it shows the lack of coordination that still exists at the moment in this alliance. The Shinde Sena wanted to take on the Uddhav Sena for a while and then realized that they were not capable of doing so. So they passed on the buck to the BJP, which is much stronger in Andheri East. The BJP decided, yes, we have the resources, we'll fight an election like the BJP usually does. Then the BJP also realizes that maybe we are actually into a losing battle. So you see, this is the strange nature of what has happened in the last few months. Everything in Maharashtra is going on at the moment in the ad hoc manner for both sides. Very interesting, why is Sharad Pawar involved in this? Sharad Pawar asking the BJP to withdraw its candidate also yesterday. Now the buzz in Mumbai is this: Sharad Pawar and Ashish Shelar of the BJP have got together for the Mumbai Cricket Association elections in 3 days' time. Sharad Pawar met Ashish Shelar, and after that this letter comes out. So what game is Mr. Pawar playing? So it appears everyone in Maharashtra is playing all their own games. And therefore, at the moment, the state is going through an element of uncertainty, instability, which will not be sorted out till those municipal elections take place early next year.
China NC, quickly, go ahead, madam, and then I'm going to close the show.
I think any political party is entitled to a rethink when it comes to a sensitive issue, that too for a widow who has lost her husband, and I think this is above politics. Mr. Sharad Pawar writing his opinion or Raj Thackeray writing his opinion could also be an opinion of a huge segment in an alliance where you have the Shinde Sena with the BJP in the current scenario. We are not bothered about victory and defeat in sensitive issues, but we are bothered about it in the larger fight.
Ma'am, but I must ask you, you didn't know this, China NC, you didn't know this 2 days ago? 2 days ago, you didn't know the cultural traditions of Maharashtra, you didn't know the sensitivities. The sensitivities are only coming today.
Mr. Sardesai, since you call me the China NCs of the world, maybe there are many such people who had multiple opinions on a sensitive issue. And are they not entitled to decide as per a party in a disciplined manner? Or do you want to call it just conceited one-upmanship?
But Ms. NC, no, I hope you haven't taken that personally. We apologize if you have. Sorry about that. But Charan Singh Sapra wants to come in. Mr. Sapra, quick point. The proof of the pudding would be in its eating, and that would be the BMC polls. Sir, unmute yourself. 10 seconds.
I'm just trying to say that why BJP needed a Sharad Pawar or a Raj Thackeray to remind them that this is a grave situation. There is a sympathy vote, and they will probably lose. Or the rich tradition of Maharashtra, should be kept alive. Why they needed a Sharad Pawar?
No, but what was Mr. Pawar doing, Mr. Sapra? Mr. Sapra, why is Mr. Pawar giving an exit route to the BJP?
Yes, that is for Mr. Pawar to clarify.
Mr. Pawar to answer. Okay, on that note, I know, Sahil, you want to come in. I've run terribly out of time. I apologize, Sahil. I apologize. I've run terribly out of time. I need to close the show. Appreciate all 4 of you for joining us.